democracy, and one of its fundamental beauties that the government is for the people, to the people, and by the people. But few political parties and politicians in our country have taken it in their own hands to go against this major known definition of democracy. Yes, I'm talking about the brazen corrupt MLA hopping in our country, due to which many state governments are toppling overnight. Some of the recent examples would be the state of Karnataka, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, or the ongoing debacle in the state of Rajasthan, which begs us to ask the question that is this an ethical practice happening in a democracy? Isn't this against the federalist structure of our country, which categorically separates the powers of the state and the center for the welfare of the people? Let's discuss this. One of the basic things that we know about a democracy is that the longer the government has its tenure, more benefits can be reaped by its policies. But when governments keep on changing overnight, it begs us to ask the question, is it doing any good to the people? And I bring you this question is because many people will try to rationalize this entire debate by saying that Kruta, that's fine. If the same political party is present in the state government and the center government, it enables more coordination between the governments. And I take that argument, but I have two questions for such people. Question number one, where in the Indian constitution does it states that buying and selling of MLAs is an ethical practice in order to increase coordination between the governments? And question number two, that where in the Indian constitution is it stated that two political parties from different ideologies cannot work together for the welfare of the people? And friends, I am making these accusations is because there is brazen outright corruption taking place every day, and you will ask me, Krutarth, do you have any evidence? You are accusing somebody of corruption. But think yourself, the facts are right there in the light. A person whose entire life has belonged to a different ideological party has given his blood, sweat and tears for the progression of that party, overnight resigns from his party and goes and joins the opposition, and is also awarded with money and high-ranking political positions, mostly ministerial positions in the new government. Will any sane person take this as an argument? Just imagine the political parties and its competitors. Let's take an example in the state of Rajasthan. The MLAs of Congress party had said everything against the BJP MLAs, and overnight now they are jumping shift and possibly they are going to go to the BJP, and they'll also be awarded ministerial posts for this. Think about the members of the BJP who have been working hard, and they'll not get the MLA berth, nor they'll get the ministerial berths on merit, but on corruption. And this practice in a democracy is not one which is appreciable or one which should be propagated. But I tell you friends, at times I don't just blame the BJP for this. I mean, any government is only as strong as its opposition. And in India, the opposition is lost since 2014. And I say this with utmost responsibility. Let me use a metaphor for better understanding. The opposition is a sinking ship with a blind captain who is not ready to change the course. They are using the same tactic of relaunching a leader again and again, which is not working well with the people. And now all the big leaders in the party are jumping ship in order to save their political careers. But one thing every politician which must understand is that politics is not a career of personal success. Politics is a career of public service. And one must always keep the will of the people above everything in a democracy. Because the day the will of the people is not enacted in a democracy, that government will not be a democratically elected government, but an aristocratic government which is made by the rich, powerful and the corrupt. And no political party who goes and does this illegal means in order to come to power can claim that they have a democratically elected government. It is also an eye-opener for us friends, us the voters. This is what happens when we don't go out and vote for our government. They buy your votes instead. And which is why I say, it's about time we started going out and break their false narratives. We go out and vote against these fake lobbyists who are trying to divide us into vote banks. We go out there and vote as one people and exercise a right to vote at the same time, taking it as a duty to this democracy. Because I firmly believe that being a responsible citizen of this country, it is not just your fundamental right but your duty to go out there and vote. And if you do not take this duty onto yourself, then in my eyes, I do not see that you have the credibility to appreciate or criticize any government. Think about it. That's it for this edition of the 21st Talks. I'll be back soon with another pressing issue and more pressing questions that will force you to think. Until then, keep asking the right questions, keep searching the right answers. This is Shrudhat Patnaik signing off. And remember, your opinion matters.